State legislature says 11-year-old tased by cop deserved it and her parents probably suck. This came from Tech Dirt. I'm going to just give you the quotes of what the cop himself said and not even get into the body of the article. I will give you some details just so you know where it took place and all that. And by the way, it is September 19th, 2018. And I'm Eric. Still. Alright, so Cincinnati police officer Kevin Brown fired a taser at an 11-year-old girl who was suspected of shoplifting from a grocery store in August. And it grew criticism from a lot of different places. But John Becker, an Ohio State representative, had a different outlook. He said, had it been his daughter, he'd be ashamed and embarrassed that she did something stupid enough to get herself tasered. Now, it's an 11-year-old kid. Whether she was shoplifting or not, she is a child. And if her parents do indeed suck, which very likely could be, I mean, she was stealing, the parents should be held accountable at that age, not the little girl. Becker also addressed police shootings in his newsletter. He says, if his child were shot by police, rather than blaming the cop, I'd be blaming myself and endlessly soul-searching to figure out how I failed as a parent and why my kid grew up to be a punk. And true enough, some of the people who get shot are punks. But what about the people who aren't? What about the people who are completely innocent? He says, based on the evidence of what I see on television, it oftentimes appears to me that justice was delivered to the dead punk. Based on the evidence of what I see on television, and the author says it right. Holy shit. This is an elected representative. And he believes television is giving him all the evidence he needs to make a judgment on tasered children. Blame the victim and the victim's parents. Becker also told the Appeal that if police tased a child, it could be an indication of a parenting problem. He added, if I were to do research, I would expect to find that kids that come from two-parent, intact, supportive families are less likely to get into trouble with the authorities than kids that came from tougher environments. So, what's that have to do with it? I mean, yes, parents should definitely be sticking around for their children. They should have the most important role in the lives of their children. And any parent failing to do that isn't worth a shit. And this guy, again, is justifying a cop tasering a 11-year-old child. And the author says, if I were to do the research, would this be research beyond the television watching that's given Becker such a keen insight into officer-involved shooting or shootings? And this is another example of the political parasites sticking up for the enforcement class. No matter how egregious and disgusting their acts are, these political parasites will defend them and defend them. And the reason is because their pen has no bite without their sword, meaning the standing army that is law enforcement. Anyway, thought I'd share this one with you. Hope you have a good day. Kill the state, live free.